Hi, I'm Jennifer Owen Davies and I'm a resident in North Andover and I write young adult fiction. My first book was published last year. It's a young adult romantic fantasy called Children of Anwen, The Promise. This was very exciting and it was a wonderful opportunity. I have been writing full-time probably since 2009, and this first book took me I would say probably 4 years to get it to the point in which I really felt that I wanted to submit it, that I wanted to do something with it. My background is in nursing. I spent probably 15, 17 years nursing and went on to go into midwifery, which I loved. And I enjoyed my time. I met many people, learned lots of skills, and it was invaluable and it really was very fulfilling. But I was working, I got married, I had my children, and both of us were, working a lot, not spending a lot of quality time together as a family. And we were very fortunate. My husband had an opportunity to relocate with his work to the States. So I spent probably 10 years being an at-home mum, doing what a lot of at-home mums do, volunteering in the school, going to mother and toddler groups. But once I started to realize that my kids eventually were going to go to school, I have 4 boys, so it took quite a while before they were all in school. But once that started to seem possible, that there was a light at the end of the tunnel, that I would actually have some time for me again, I did what I think a lot of women my age start to consider. What am I going to do? There's that resurgence of a need to figure out who I am again. And it's a really hard process. For several years, when my oldest was going through high school, I started to ruminate over stories in my head that were particularly aimed at young adults, and it had to do with living in America, which I find very inspirational. I love where we live in New England, and there are many places around North Andover and the North Shore that have inspired me, and I have used lots of locations locally within the book. Seeing my sons go through sort of adolescence, and in particularly in high school, there were many themes that I saw them go through for the first time, and it really inspired me to think of stories that I wanted to write, and I couldn't stop myself. I was sat by the pool in my new home. I was in the frame of mind in which I was reminiscing over the last several years, and all the stories that had been fermenting in my head really just needed to come out. And so for the whole of that summer, I had a pen in my hand and I filled a notebook. And it was never my goal at that time to complete a book or to get that book published. My goal at that time, I think, was to finish a story. I finished the complete story in probably about 4 or 5 months. However, as many people will tell you, that what you write, first of all, it's all free thinking. And it's all the creativity that's coming out. It's all your emotions, your heart, your passion. The writing was in the rewriting and in the editing, and then sending it out to as many people as I possibly could so that they could look at it and really give me their honest opinion. I had just tremendous feedback, which really helped me to hone and to strengthen the plot and the characters, to really make me analyze what it was I wanted to tell in those pages, the story that I was trying to tell. Because although The Children of Anwen is a romance, it's a love story, there is so much more to the story. It's really about the challenges that Mia Laurent, the central protagonist, faces and how she overcomes them. It's her voyage of discovery. It's about addressing her fears and not letting her fears hold her back. Tips that I would give to anybody that wants to write is write, read. Learn to take and accept criticism, and also learn to believe in yourself, because you may get very good critiques, but you will also get somebody that will come back to you and say something that in your heart of hearts is not what you believe to be true. I would say network with as many other writers as possible, and learn all about the publishing business, because today writers do not just have to write. You have to be able to wear many hats. I am available on Facebook. I'm also available on Twitter, and you will probably see me around town. I am around usually with my kids. Thank you.